All right, guys, we're here. We're back. Pit Chatter Podcast. Live recording from the Hex Haunted Attractions Tower. And that might be the last time we get to say that. Not sure if we'll be back here next week to record here, but we do plan on keeping the podcast going. And we'll see what happens from here. But I'm Langley Austin, your host and not your promoter here at Franklin County Speedway.
Womp womp.
Man, you know, I ain't going to lie. That feels better saying that than I thought it was going to be.
Now you just have to say regular guy.
I'm old regular Langley now.
Civilian.
Yeah, I'm no longer in the Whitey Taylor military here. So, out of slavery, out of the military, I'm golden. Anyways, the other voice you heard, he's not out of slavery. He's still my slave. That's Noah Hinchee.
You can't say things like that. That don't sound right.
I mean, after the things we said during the pre-show, I'm not sure that it matters what I say now.
Well, good thing it wasn't recorded.
Well,
prove it.
I mean, I should have been recording.
Look, oh well. We bound to get canceled eventually.
Yeah.
For one thing or another.
Yeah. Hey, you know, some things happened this week that are significant, okay?
What's that?
Anybody who's ever been banned by me is unbanned now.
Oh yeah, y'all come on back.
Crystal, your sister-in-law, she's allowed back.
Well, we gotta bring it up, man.
Oh man, everybody is free from my ignorance now. Okay, well, except if they're listening to the show.
Hey, whatever. Let whoever deal with them next year.
Hey, and it's they're gonna get to deal with a lot, no matter what happens. You know, somebody asked me Saturday, said, "Well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about this person taking over? And what do you think about?" Oh, it doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, it's the same damn circus with the same damn nuts, okay? And you'll have a lot of the same damn clowns. There'll be some different ones, and some of them won't be there. And you know, it is what it is. I've been the ringmaster of the circus here for the last 5 years straight, and for the better part of the last 11 years, and I've done good. I've done bad. I've probably screwed up. Probably screwed some people unintentionally. I mean, Noah will say it's intentional.
I was getting ready to say there was at least one instance where it was.
Listen, that didn't have anything to do with me. I had nothing to do with it. That is between Michaela, Wes's old lady, and my old lady. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
It was a sick joke.
It was hilarious when they told me about it, but, you know.
And you're lucky that Daryl forgot, or else you was getting that damn $100 bill back. And I was going to write "gotcha" in real small letters.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I would have found it funny. It wouldn't have made any difference.
Everybody thought it was funny, but you. Isn't that what you said to me?
That is exactly what I told you. And I would have found it funny. It wouldn't have been a big deal.
And then I got threatened to have my purse taken for the night.
Oh, God, that must have come from my wife.
Yeah.
She gets a little rowdy. You know, people get their dander. She's not as good at listening to all the bullshit as I am, okay? I can take it all in and, you know, deal with people fairly well. She doesn't do that quite as much.
Well, I was pissed. I paid Daryl with that thing, and then I had to pay him again. I was like, damn it, man.
The only one I feel sorry for is Daryl.
How do you feel sorry for him?
I mean, because he had to deal with you, and he had to get that.
He had it in his wallet. Thank God he didn't go to the store or something to try to.
He probably got to spend it. I mean, you probably spent it.
I did not spend it.
What'd you do with it?
It's Daryl still has it.
Oh, well, he's done spent it somewhere.
We were sitting on it, waiting. We said we're going to wait till he forgets, and this thing is coming right back to him.
Listen, I'm going to have to look through this past weekend.
He might have gave it back to you. I don't know.
He don't pay for anything here anymore, so we're good. I mean, unless he went to the concession.
I think that deal might be back to normal now. I don't think we're getting in for free no more.
Did he get a dusty dog Saturday? I mean, he might have got it back.
He might have. I don't know.
Holy smokes, man! You know, it's been an incredibly fun year on the podcast here. It's been an incredibly fun year at the racetrack, man. Got one more race here to go through. You know, talking about we're done for the season. Crowned our champions. Had the Star Super Stock Series in here Saturday. Man, we've done a lot, and it's been a lot of fun. I don't want people to think the podcast is going away, because just because we're not going to be here at the track doesn't mean that we can't keep the podcast going. And, I mean, you never know what kind of goodness we'll have to talk about next year.
Yeah, goodness, greatness, crap show, whatever,
Whatever it is, man. I have no idea what I was about to lie. Man, I was about to say I have no idea what to expect, but I have a lot of ideas of what to expect. I'm just not going to share them right now. So.
Well, look, we're going to have to start coming up with ideas because we're going into the dark off season, which we have not experienced yet with this show.
No, you're right. Listen, we can always talk about
we're gonna have to start live streaming wrestling bears, something.
Listen, if nothing else, we'll just come on here every week and talk about how bad the Eagles suck. I mean,
please don't. Can't handle it again. Saquon, you bum. Catch a ball. He redeemed us the other day. I can't be mad.
I mean, there's always something to talk about. But we'll have plenty of racing things to talk about. I mean, there's plenty of racing going on, around the country all winter long. And what I'd like to do, my goal with the the podcast, before we get into today's show, my goal with the podcast this winter, like said the last show, like we're doing our review tonight, of well, it'll be today when most people listen to this. Excuse me, but it was.
I'm burping too. Cheddar's coming back
got
up.
got us. Me and Noah, and Junior, we took a little trip to Cheddar's over in Roanoke and got us some lunch and probably ate too much, and here we are. But anyways, the goal with the podcast is, I think over the next 4 weeks, I think we sit down with each one of the champions.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. Probably need to start with the late models. Start with Matt Lawrence.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about more about who they are here in a second. But talk to them, and then I'd like to get some different people in here, and I'm thinking if we can get guests all winter long, especially older racers, not necessarily from here. I mean, this doesn't have to be a Franklin County specific show.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about all the racing in this region. And when I say this region, I'm talking about like from South Boston to Motor Mile to Natural Bridge to Wythe. I think that's the breadth of what we would do here. So hopefully,
somebody gonna have to buy me flow.
I mean, somebody gonna have to quit being a damn cheap ass.
I was about to buy it, and then I just spent like $500 on Metallica tickets. So, look. Look, Metallica's been my favorite band since I was 15. I'm not like these posers up at Virginia Tech. They're like, oh, Enter Sandman at Lane Stadium. I'm the real deal, okay? I know more than 2 songs. And so, yeah, I spent the money.
Lord
and
Jesus.
I just bought a car. And I'm buying a house soon. So, look, it's all going downhill quick. I need a sponsor, Flow Racing. I'm going to have to hit up Will, and I'm going to get him to go find me a sponsor for Flow Racing.
Maybe No Rest Farms. Maybe Lauren.
Yeah.
Maybe Lauren Yoder's Meat Processing can sponsor you, Flow.
And if they don't, I'm going to find some other meat processor, and I'm going to say and he beats Yoder's meat.
Lord. I don't know about all that. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about this past Saturday night, man. Emotional one for me, and I feel like for you too. I think it was a good night for you. You spent the entire night announcing because I wasn't up here to help, from up top, and I didn't have anybody else. Kim did a little bit, but you spent the night doing most everything instead of just the pit lane parts. Who knows what? You might be working here next year. I don't know, but you don't know either. And so we'll see from there. So I imagine it was an emotional night for everybody, and it was a good way to finish up. Had some great racing on the track, man.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good night.
And the day was weird though, man. I'm gonna tell you. I think his name was Jason or Jay Henson, 19 car in the Star Super Stock Series. That dude, man, he drug his oil pan in early practice, killed early practice for a lot of these guys, and then he came back out first practice with those guys, killed it again.
He did it permanently that second time.
Well, I think he could have fixed it, but I'm so glad he didn't.
Look, everybody was mad at him.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee it. I mean,
They were running around there screaming, "Don't let him back on the track. He done ruined everything today."
yeah. I mean, I hate it for him. I believe it was his first time here, and they had tested the day before at Caraway. A little more banking here, little more bumps in the track, and probably just didn't understand what he needed to do there.
So I guess not.
But anyways,
they gonna mess up practice, and then he pulled her out the gate. Didn't even stay to watch.
Oh, he did stay to watch. They actually went up, parked, stayed the night,
I thought he was leaving.
Watched the show. No, they stayed here and watched the show, and boy, did they get one! And man, it started off right off the bat. Man, first race of the night. You got the kids bike race out there. Had I don't know what was that, last 20 foot right there coming to the finish line.
Oh yeah, it got intense there for sure.
It did.
Great field of bike racers too.
It was. It actually was a good field of them.
We had probably 10, 12 kids.
Yeah, listen, probably the most entries in any division this weekend, probably.
Well, you put up that money for them, and
I didn't put up a dime. Let's back up, okay?
Oh, I thought it was you.
No, I didn't put up a single dime. Josh Phillips' cousin, I believe, Rebecca Phillips. She put up, I believe, $20. Alex Brown, I don't know if you know Alex or not.
Yeah,
fan over here, always over here by the gate. He put up $30. And then I think Phil Smith comes with Chris Lilly. He put up $20, and then somebody over on the back gave me $20. I'm trying to remember who it was. But just people just kept putting money in there. Ended up at $115, and Will Smith, Gary's dad, he said, "Man, tell Junior if he wins, I'll give him another $10."
Yeah.
Well, it paid off.
He walked away with a good little purse there.
Yeah, he did. He walked off with more than almost everybody that raced it.
Pretty much.
Hex Haunted Attraction putting up $100 or 10,000 pennies, however you want to look at that, for the streetcar drags.
It was 1,000 pennies.
Yeah, 10,000 pennies. That's $100. We discussed this last week.
I already forgot.
I mean, I got several people said, you're real stupid. You didn't know what 10,000 pennies was. I'm like, part of the comedy of this show is how dumb we are. Okay, so
look, it ain't my fault. I'm bad at math.
Well,
shout out Miss Bryan at K-Sprig. You suck. It's your fault. I'm an idiot.
Oh God, I don't think you can blame anybody else that you're an idiot.
I think I can, and I will continue to. I'll be on my deathbed.
Listen,
Miss Bryan,
you're doing a great job of blaming others, but I think that was all you, bud. So my son Junior, he ends up winning it, passes there at the end, took home the money. I made sure right after he won, he's carried the money around. It was about halfway, about to fall out of his hands. Hey, give me that money, because I wasn't letting him go around and lose it. Everybody would have had $5 if it was up to him. Okay,
split purse.
Yeah, we would have distributed it everywhere, all over the ground. They'd have been picking it up. Man, it turned into the streetcar drags right after that, and that did not disappoint.
It got a little buck wild out there.
Great way to finish it up.
Blast to the past.
Yep. Great way to finish it up right there. I don't even know the boy's name who was driving the little Honda Acura or whatever that thing was.
Honda Accord.
Anyways, plowed it into the old gate over here. Spider had to go over and show him how to get the road on the show.
Look, I'll say it for any spectator drag racers in the future, just, because he may not have, I don't know if he's ever raced or done anything like that.
I mean, clearly not.
When you have your wheel turned all the way to the left and the car is continuing to slide up the track, at some point, maybe let off the gas a little bit, stop hammering it down.
I wish you could have told that to our previous gate man and my brother-in-law before he destroyed my bootlegger.
He hit 4 walls. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. But anyways, boy, it did all that. Corey Latham from Race 22, he was here, and he's, got a funny video I showed you earlier where he's talking about it. But he won $100. No, he didn't win $100 because we weren't done with drag racing.
He did, however, win that race.
He did win that race. Yes, you're right.
He beat a challenger.
which is impressive.
Well, that dude was a little timid to begin with. But then I think when he saw him smack the gate, he wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Yeah,
he scared the hell out of him.
You know, it's funny. Some of these guys, they get these nice cars out here, and they come out here. They don't really know what they're getting themselves into.
No, they don't. They think because they go fast on a straight stretch of highway that they're going to come out here and burn these boys up.
The street car drags continued on pretty good after that as well, though. You got Ryan Wheat out here in the West Givens machine, and then you got Spider.
Yeah, Spider.
The Spider of Buck Wild fame, okay? Out here, he's racing. Man, Spider put up a good fight. He just didn't have the car to get it done.
Yeah, he did. He gave her the beans.
He did.
That poor Pontiac, it didn't have much.
I just wish he would have drove that thing right into the side of Ryan. I would have paid to see that.
We should have got him a faster car to drive.
I know, for sure. We should have let him drive your car.
No.
Why not?
Because. Which one?
Whatever one you want.
My new one or the Focus out there? No, I just put a tire on the Focus.
The Focus would have been, yeah. Speaking of it, your weekend went south fast on Friday.
Yeah, came down here Friday, watched practice, hang out.
Yeah.
Blew a tire.
Listen,
about a mile from the track.
Back up. You just lied, okay? You just lied.
What?
You said you come down here to watch practice and hang out. You come down here because you were starstruck. You were here to meet the one and only Boo Carlisle.
I wasn't here to meet him. Well, I guess
yes, you were.
But I've been talking to him.
Yeah. I mean, y'all have had this.
And the plan was we were going to go.
Y'all been pen pals for a little while, but y'all finally got to meet.
We were going to go to Sidewinders and go to Texas Tavern, and that fell quickly through.
Well, I think at first he thought he was coming up here by himself.
I think that's what he
ended up family,
And he showed up with his old lady and 2 kids, and I was like, yeah, there goes Sidewinders.
Yeah, you had one set of plans. He ended up with another. So yeah.
Shout out to Buck in the track in the. Lord have mercy! I bet I just had a stroke. The track wrecker, drove down Callaway Road a little bit and came and got me.
That's no longer the track wrecker. That's just my wrecker.
That's your wrecker.
Okay,
it was the track wrecker on Friday.
It was still the track wrecker.
He came and got me. I got a cool Snapchat out of it. I rode in the car while he towed me down.
I saw you coming in. Oh man, that whole experience could have went really bad too, though.
Yeah, well, I put my seatbelt on, and then we were just sitting there riding, and I said, "Let's get some tunes." I put the key in, turned it on, I turned the radio on. We was jamming going down the road.
Jesus, man, that's awesome. Yeah, that was funny. It was funny. You had to call me because they were too scared to talk to me about bringing the record down there. That was funny.
Yeah, I said, go get the wrecker because they were talking about doing it. He was like, why don't we take a tire up here? I was like, just go get the wrecker. He was like, I don't think Langley will let us. So I called you. I was like, let him bring a wrecker down here. I'm stuck, man. I'm on the side of the road.
Oh, Lord. That was funny. That was good.
Shout out to Wes. Got a brand new tire on that thing.
Oh, heck. You didn't even have to pay for it, did you?
I asked him what he wanted me to give him, and what he told me was very inappropriate. It should not be repeated on this show.
Don't share anything that idiot said.
So, basically free.
Yeah, basically. Only thing it cost you was your dignity.
Yeah. Little lip service.
Lord have mercy.
Brand new, though.
Anyways, Ryan Wheat. Well, hold on. Let's back up. We're going to be ADHD again this week because we done went back to Friday, and now I'm going back to the bike race, okay? Listen, you done screwed me, okay? I'm just going ahead and let you know because you done – Junior, listen, 2 things. Junior is convinced that he should get – he's seen the picture that Eric Messer got of him with the money, and he's convinced that he should get one of the trophies, okay?
Yeah.
Which we do not do for bike races. And 2, you told this fool that he won the championship.
Look,
he's expecting us to crown him champion at the banquet.
The problem is, y'all basically, the spectator drags and bike races is on me. So I figured, screw it. I'm the promoter of these 2 races. I'm declaring a champion.
I'm glad you said it that way because you can pay for their championship stuff for the banquet, okay?
They're going to get a little picture of a trophy printed out, not even on color ink.
Yeah, just off the laser printer over here, black
and white.
Hey, I mean, I guess that's better than nothing. But and you told this idiot Ryan Wheat that he won the championship too. He's going to be expecting it too.
Yep. Declared him and Junior champions.
Yeah, listen, I was trying to narrow down to 4 champions, not 6. Okay.
Well, there you go. I added 2 extras in for you.
Thank you. That's only going to cost me a couple hundred. Jesus. Oh man.
Oh well, you're rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you know you make tons of money promoting tracks?
I don't know why that never happened for me.
I thought you was making.
I mean, no, let's back up. 2020, that happened. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I just go ahead and tell you. I mean, I'd like to relive that year every year for the rest of my life. Okay. You know, I say all the time that a certain person, I'm not going to say their name, some people will know, some people won't, is stuck in 1985. Okay. Well, I'm stuck in 2020. Okay. I'd like to go back tomorrow.
It was a bad year, but it was a good year for Franklin County Speedway.
Listen,
I tell you.
I don't know nothing about all that COVID. I just know how good things were here. That's all I can tell you.
I don't think anybody cared here.
No, obviously not.
Y'all put up signs that said stay 5 feet, 6 feet apart. Nobody was following them rules.
No, there wasn't 6 feet to be had.
They're just like coughing on each other. Like, hey, get out of here, dude. You want a sip of my beer? No, sir, I don't.
Lord, the best part about it was we didn't even have the bathrooms open. We only had wash stations that we rented. It was full of water and soap. Jesus. Oh, anyway, so let's get out of 2020. We don't want to live there. Well, I want to live there, but the rest of these people don't. So rest of the night, went fairly interesting. We'll start with the rookies. I think that was the first race of the night. Yeah. Kevin Litton Jr. jumped in the car that his dad had drove the week before, and, man, he looked like a completely different race car driver.
Yeah.
Jumped out there in the lead, took off.
Huge lead on that thing.
Yeah, them other guys, they was looking for a caution.
Yeah, I bet they would have liked to get it, but I don't know if it would have mattered the way he was driving out there.
I don't either, man.
I'm glad he finally got him one, his last chance, and he finally got him one.
Yeah, me too.
After he's been ping-ponged around by everybody all year in the stock Ford. And
listen, him and Caleb Hall, they've had a couple run-ins, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, who hasn't had a run-in with Caleb Hall? Old Wrecking Ball Hall.
I think the first week he back got into everybody, so. Yeah.
He told me yesterday that because I accused him of hitting the wall, he said it's the only thing he hadn't hit here. So,
well, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. But Kevin Litton Jr. grabbing the win there. Cool to see him and his dad in victory lane. They've worked really hard over the last 6, 7, 8, 9 races.
Yeah.
Trying to get better, and he came out here. I'm gonna tell you, man, seeing him the first time he was out here, both in practice and on race day, he was all over the track, and car wasn't very fast, and he was much better this past weekend.
Oh yeah, way
car.
better.
It's amazing how much a car can make a difference for somebody.
Well, there's different. Some cars that some people can make work. Sometimes people just don't like it.
Yeah.
So maybe that old Mazda.
Yeah.
He just likes that thing.
It definitely worked for him. Speaking of Caleb Hall, you had Ben Short, who works for Dennis Holdren. He was in the 21 car, Caleb Hall's. Definitely did not use the gas pedal very much.
No, he did not. I'm sure they're not going to let him live that one down anytime soon.
And then he broke the car. I mean, Caleb couldn't even start the race.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It was the fuel pump or something, but, we're going to blame him. He broke the car.
He broke the damn thing.
That's all we're going with right
there.
In
the rookie race.
Let's touch on the Star Super Stocks. That's what Boo Carlisle was here for. That's his series. He runs that thing. Had 9 cars? 8 of them started to race.
Yeah.
After Henson that we mentioned earlier, discombobulated the track twice. Good race for those guys, man. Good show.
Yeah, it was.
Jeff Melton and Albie Ovitt. I mean, I know you can't say the name, so I'll say it for you here.
It was wrote down very sloppy.
Albie Dritt.
Yeah. Sorry to anybody that heard that at any point.
Lord,
thank goodness I heard his actual name before I interviewed him.
I mean, I even told you what his name was earlier in the night.
I had forgot. I was focused so much on Albie instead of Albie that I forgot about his last name.
Listen, I'm thinking it was those Pepsis that helped you forget, okay?
Maybe it was.
I mean, Corey Latham's photo of you is good.
What did you get a picture of me doing?
Have you not seen?
No.
Oh, my God, man. I'm going to show it to you while we're on here. I'll keep talking. But those guys in the Star Super Stock, man, put on a fantastic show. You had Jeff Melton, Albie Ovid up front. Cody DeMarles, the Hickory Jack champion, he just Boo hit him up, and he just I'll come up. You know, so he just ended up here. He had a good run. He led it for a little bit. Danny Bush had a good run. Local boy here.
Those things are just. I don't care if it's a close race or not. I just love those cars, man. It's just
the sound and the looks of them is just great, man.
You got them old Camaros, two different. I'm a little salty at Boo, by the way, that he didn't bring his car, because that thing, his car just looks slick, and I thought he was going to bring it. I didn't know that. Lord have mercy. With the beer spilled all over the front of me. Goodness.
Yeah.
What is that on?
Facebook. I tagged you in it.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Did you?
I've gotten tagged in so many things the past 3 days, I just stopped looking at them.
You don't even know how to use Facebook, I think that's the problem. But, I put on there, I thought you told me you were drinking Pepsi. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were Bud Lights.
Timmy took off of my hat. I was mad about that. I brought 2 hats because the beer drinking hat wasn't comfortable.
Yeah. So
I said, I'm going to only bust that out for the interviews. And then he took off with it.
Yeah, well, it happens. Anyways, Albie Ovid ended up getting the victory. Brittany Cockrum ended up running that race. Darren was supposed to run.
Oh, that was her in that?
Yeah, she ended up running the race. I believe she finished 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I think just outside the top 3, I think.
Yeah. So good run for her too. Legends cars. So now we're through the divisions that didn't have champions. Well, other than streetcar drags and bike races, since you're declaring champions now. Now, I mean, why didn't you just go ahead and declare Star or Superstock and the rookie champion for the year?
I should have did that.
Jackass. Oh my God. Anyways, Legends ran not a good field. Not a good field of those guys at all. Very disappointed in the turnout there. Oh man, that division has gave me so much hope over the last couple of years, and so much disappointment and heartache too.
It had so much promise too.
It did.
That first race when it was like 15 of them, I think 16 of them.
13 at the beginning of this year. Yep.
Whatever, it looked like 16.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a bunch of them, and I was like, oh man, this year for these cars is going to be awesome.
Yep.
And at some point during the summer, they was like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, they just took a total crap after that. So, Chris Lilly picking up the championship in that one. Not much drama for the championship in that one.
No.
I mean,
cool burnout.
Yeah. Listen, he's always got the best burnouts.
He did. He burned them down.
He puts on a good show. I believe Keyshawn Glader finished 2nd.
Yeah.
Ryan Wheat 3rd, and Phil Smith was 4th. Noah Hinchee finished 5th. Got his first top 5 since there wasn't before cars.
Heck yeah.
Anyways, but congratulations to Chris Lilly on the championship. I mean, no matter what happened there, the last race, very much earned, championship.
Yeah.
I know, Ethan Troll won the regular season championship, but the playoff and the season long championship ends up going to Chris Lilly. So congratulations to him and his team on that. They're good people, man. Late models, man, what a good race.
Oh, that was a banger for sure.
Kyle Dudley not here, so we knew we was going to get a different winner, but man, Drew Bond was in the field. He'd done one earlier, thinking, man, he's probably going to win one. And let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Drew Bond got completely hosed by scoring and officiating. Well, not scoring, by officiating. By listen, and I told Jay, I said, man, if that's all you screwed up on the night, that was pretty good. But he definitely screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, I saw that one coming, and I was like, he is not going to be happy. But actually, he took it surprisingly well. He was mad, but he didn't seem like extremely mad.
The one thing I'll tell you is, and I've had my moments with everybody here, Drew Bond is a real man. He takes things as a man. He's not. The rest of these, they get all mouthy and act like little bitches, and that wasn't him.
Who you talking about when you say
that? You don't even want me to go there at all. Anyways.
Passion. It's passion for the sport.
Yeah, a little bitch is passion. Whatever.
Drew Bond must not have any passion.
No, he's got plenty of passion, but he handles himself in such a professional manner. Very, very well raised kid.
Yeah.
And I call him a kid, but he's not really a kid anymore. I think he's, what did he tell me? He's 26, 28, 24, something. I don't know. One of those ages. I never know what people's ages are. Even if they tell me what it is, I forget. He came back and finished third. But I'll tell you what happened, in case you hadn't seen the video. And you should go watch, YouTube and TikTok, both full of some great videos from the weekend.
Yeah.
But Drew was running. I guess he was leading at that point, right? Yep. So they sail off.
He led a lot.
Yep. They sail off into the corner there, and I mean we're way ahead of ourselves here. But I wanted to start with this, talking about him getting hosed. But sailed off in the corner. Jonathan Hall kind of pinched him down, and at the same time, Doug Morgan was right up his tailpipe, pushing him down into turn number one. Jonathan Hall gets turned around. 84 ends up, Drew Bond gets sent to the rear. Great gift for Doug Morgan there.
Oh, worked out great for him.
But let's go back, earlier in the race, Doug Morgan leading the race. Jimmy Mullins takes the lead, and then Doug, him and Doug get together. He punts him over here. Jimmy Mullins had to do some driving over here in turn number 4 to hang on to that thing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if he was going to or not, but somehow he did.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
save that.
I haven't seen Doug race a whole lot just these past 2 races.
Yeah, sure.
And I was surprised that he said Jimmy Mullins, Kyle Dudley, Denny Hamlin. I don't care, move.
Yeah,
and he put the bumper to him, and
he definitely did. I don't know that it was intentional or anything, but he definitely got Jimmy a little squirrely there. And I said on Facebook that Jimmy looked like he was down racing at Oak Level in the dirt or something.
Yeah, it looked like it, but he kept it under control.
Yep, he did.
Still didn't work out for him.
No, Jimmy, man, I'm gonna tell you,
he's had a bad 2 weeks.
God, in the matter of 7 days, he blew 3 engines. That's a little pricey.
That's it.
Listen, these were not $500 Cavalier motors. Okay,
right before Martinsville too. That's quite the hit to your wallet there.
Yeah, and luckily he's in somebody else's car going to Martinsville, or that might be problematic. So good. And before we move on from there, him, Kyle Dudley, Landon Nestor's going down to Martinsville. Tony Hausman, who's raced with us here in the past. Those 4 guys all going down. I'm trying to remember if there's anybody else. Good luck to those guys. Looking forward to seeing one of them or all of them making the show this weekend. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Halsman will make it for sure.
Listen, man. He could. I mean, I'm telling you, man. Anybody can make the show at Martinsville. And I'm not gonna down talk. Tony. Listen.
I didn't down talk him. I said he can make it for sure. He's one of the greatest drivers I've ever seen. He's so good at working on cars. So good, in fact, that they haven't won in like 8 years.
We all, can hear your sarcasm there, bud. Anyway.
I was trying to hide it.
Yeah, you didn't do a very good job.
Look, you told me we could open it up now.
Yeah,
I'm going to open her up a little bit.
Listen, I didn't shut you off there, but, so good luck to all those guys. Hopefully they make the show. Heck, I'd like to see one of them win it. You never know. And I think, of those guys going, obviously Kyle Dudley's got incredible equipment, and he's made the show before. Jimmy has back in the day, but not recently. Hasn't been making the shows. Kyle finished 8th there. I think the first time he made the show, finished 10th or 11th or something another time. Man, he could be one of the contenders. I mean, he's come a long ways as a driver.
Yeah, that Martinsville race, there's so many damn cars, and I feel like that race is 95% luck. What happens with the restarts at the end, and it's 5% equipment and skill. But anything could happen. Any one of those guys could maybe find their way up front come the end of the race, and heck, I hope they do. It'll make his place look good. That's for sure.
Absolutely, for sure. So good luck to those guys. Doug Morgan got the win. I can't. Who finished second in the race Saturday? I don't have my results pulled up here. Yeah.
Jonathan Hall.
Jonathan Hall ended up coming back and finishing second. Yep. And then Drew Bond finished third. Matt Lawrence, I think, finished 4th or 5th there. Ended up with the championship. He didn't have any way of losing it Saturday, but definitely picked up the championship. Good family, man. Jason Lawrence, his dad, former, wheelman himself, raced door-to-door with Philip Morris back in the day at Motor Mile Speedway. Raced here a couple times. Good to see those guys get the championship.
That just goes to show you, though, you don't always have to be, Kyle Dudley speed, Jimmy Mullen speed.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, you show up every week, and you run decent enough, you can find your way
100%.
With a championship.
Well, and earlier in the year, man, I felt like he had a pretty good car and was
did.
running really good. And, man, when he got into that crash, I believe July 4th, that was just not a good scenario for him.
Yeah, you could tell pre-race after every practice when they got in that new car. Well, not new, but
yeah, new to them.
They were fighting with it every week, trying to get it right and trying to figure stuff out on it. But again, consistency's key. He made an appearance and got her done.
Yep, for sure. Did a good job, and congratulations to him and his family and all their crew. Mini stock race ratcheted up that intensity just a little bit more over the first two championship battles there. Those three guys, Wes Givens, Dennis Holdren, and Josh Phillips, come in tied, and man, they put on a pretty good show. Didn't spill over like I thought it was going to, but
it looked like for a moment though.
Listen,
it was about to get down and dirty.
It had its moments. I mean, you go back to Wes and Dennis Holdren getting together. Dennis spun down here in turns 3 and 4 to keep from crashing into Wes, I guess, and. I don't know. I know. I know everybody's opinion is that Wes cut down on him, and he certainly did come down. I don't know if I don't know if Dennis had room to move or not. You watch the video. The video's not, concise. You can't really, tell exactly where they're at, given the angle from the back and shooting down in. I mean, definitely they collided, and it probably was more Wes's fault than Dennis Holdren's. And I think it's maybe why Dennis wasn't all that mad. You know what I mean? Because it just seemed to be just a racing deal. Later on in the race. Dennis Holdren coming back through the field. Him and Josh Phillips get together down here in turns 1 and 2. Nobody wrecked out of that, but some hard contact and some hard feelings from Josh Phillips afterwards about that. Wes Givens ends up getting the win in the championship, not the win in the race, but getting the win in the championship. Dennis Holdren put up a good fight, but there at the end, he seemed to either not have enough or not be willing to do enough.
Yeah, I thought maybe he had one chance there, with which maybe he was waiting for. He thought he would have another chance or two.
Yeah,
but Wes somehow got too far away from him. He couldn't really do it. But I thought maybe he was going to put the bumper to him, try to move him a little bit. But
I think there was a couple things there. So Mr. Entertainer here, Mr. Promoter, he decided that he was going to have a 5-lap to go caution in every division this weekend to kind of as an insurance policy to make sure it's exciting at the end.
Yeah.
Well, that worked in Stock 4. That did not work in the mini stock division. That actually worked, I believe, against Dennis Holdren. He had a better, longer run car.
Yeah.
Was in the process of trying to get by Wes. Probably should have pushed the issue a little bit more there so that he was in front of him so he could make the decision on which lane that he chose there at the end of the race, because I think being on the outside of Brittany dominated the race as she has most of the time she's been here.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, while they're battling for second place back there,
she's out there riding off in the sunset.
She's 3 bus lengths away.
Yeah. And I think, Wes, coming down there to the end, when he picked the inside, at first I'm like, what the hell is he doing here? You know what I mean? And then, Dennis Holdren, goes on to the outside, and, Dennis ends up falling back, and he just does get back to Wes, but just not enough there.
Well, it was also a little game that Wes was playing, and I kind of had it in my mind that he was going to do something, because there was, 3 different restarts on that race, and he took the outside each time.
Yeah.
Then the last one, he looks like he's going to take the outside. Last second, dips down in.
Yeah.
So he had something up his sleeve.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that in that scenario, he knew he couldn't get in front of Brittany. So the best thing he could do was to be tucked in behind her and try to, make sure that Dennis or whoever was on the outside didn't get there.
Yeah, they all had good cars, but
they did.
Wasn't none of them touching Brittany.
No.
They wasn't going to get her.
No, for sure. But Wes Givens ends up with the championship, in the mini stocks there. And talking to him, he kind of feels like, that's – obviously he's glad to be the champion, but I think he wanted that stock 4 one more than he wanted the mini stock one.
Yeah, he did. You could tell in his face that he was extremely not happy with that.
Well, congratulations to Wes and his team on the mini stock championship. And stock 4 guys, as always, best race of the night. They did not disappoint.
It was a banger.
30 lap affair. And them guys run the absolute crap out of their cars during that race. Gary Smith and Keyshawn Clater up front the entire race. Made the most of it. Your brother, Josh Hinchee, tried to get in there with them several times. I mean, there's a great photo that Corey Latham took over here, a couple of them actually. Those guys all wadded up over here in the corner sideways and just about to wreck. And, one thing I noticed about one of the photos, if you go and look at it, Keyshawn's hand, I don't even think his hands are on the wheel at all.
Maybe.
Certainly one of them's off. I don't know if the other one's off because I can't see it. But, man, I mean, those guys.
I would love to say what he says he does, but I can't.
Yeah.
Something was on the wheel. That's it.
Lord Jesus. Anyways, so come down to the end of the race there. Man, they're lined up. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, worked out perfect.
5 to go. They're all in line. Here they go. Keyshawn goes to the outside. Gary's on the inside. Wes goes in third. And here I am thinking, man, I did this to create all this excitement, but I'm about to hand Wes Givens 2 championships in one night because this is his moment.
He was in prime position. I think everybody in this place knew it. They were like,
100%.
uh-oh, this isn't good.
But it was good.
The Lord Dale Earnhardt saved you. He screwed Wes, but he saved you.
Oh, my God. Josh Brown can look like an idiot now. He said it was rigged. Wes Givens going to win both championships. Didn't happen. But I ain't going to lie. For a minute, I thought, oh, my God, he's going to be right. This is terrible. Okay. And listen, my prediction didn't come true. I told you what my plan was and what my rigging was. And, well, neither one of them won the championship.
Yeah, no, it didn't work. But I was for sure. While they were pacing after they took the cone, if you'd have said, give me $1,000 to put on somebody right now, I would have been like, I'm going $3,000 on Wes right now.
Right. I would have too at that point. And I think he was more than willing to do whatever it took to do it. He just never got the chance on that restart. His car just did not go. He said, and he showed me in his car. He said if he just pushed in the pedal normally, it was fine and it would work just fine. But when he went to do it fast and speed shift, it wouldn't go, and it literally stopped.
Yeah. Lost his clutch.
Well, is what it is.
And he just got extremely unlucky.
He did.
That Jaden was behind him.
Yeah.
Because that automatic, as fast as it is, I drove it. That thing is a turd on restart.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that Jaden has been able to kind of do it. But as far as pushing the guy in front of you, that ain't happening in that thing.
No.
If he had any other car behind him to push him, like if Josh Hinchee was behind him, he probably, well, I wouldn't say probably, but he would have still had a good chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he would have gotten up to speed
he would have
way
still been
quicker.
Within striking distance for sure.
But
so the 2 guys that had dominated the race drove off. Gary Smith, Keyshawn Clater off into the sunset. Keyshawn even kind of didn't get the greatest of restarts there. Gary's in the lead. We all knew what was coming next.
I knew for 4 laps what was coming.
I mean, listen, and it looked like from watching the video, everybody knew what was about to happen except for Gary. And I hate to say that, but, I don't know if, he just mentally went blank inside the car or what happened, or if he just thought, man, this is the cleanest division in the history of racing and nobody touches anybody. But that was definitely not what was going to happen, and that is not what happened. They went off into turns 1 and 2 here. Keyshawn got into him just a little bit, got up under him, and Gary just about had him cleared going into turn number 3. Why he didn't change lanes at that point, I would have pulled a Keyshawn on Keyshawn and came down a little bit and made him do something different to go into the corner. But as it was, he just stayed where he was, raced off into turn number 3. I mean, he can get the Clean Driver of the Year award for that, but he ain't getting the championship. Keyshawn got him, and that was probably the cleanest pass Keyshawn's made in the history of his life.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say.
I mean, Gary.
Everybody keeps saying that he ran Gary over. I'm like,
Lord,
look, I don't like Keyshawn's driving as much as the next guy, but that was a pretty clean one.
Listen,
especially for last lap on the championship. That was a very clean.
I mean,
move.
you're in the top 5 of the Keyshawn haters club, okay? I mean,
yeah, maybe.
You may have some family, some in-laws that are above you, but
how many times can you bring it up in one show?
Oh man, but dude, I mean, when I didn't, I was seeing it with the naked eye. I couldn't tell how aggressive it was.
Yeah,
watching it on the video, I was like, well, that was absolutely nothing.
It looked to me, I think that Gary kind of messed that up before they even got to that point.
Well, he definitely overdrove down here in turn 2.
I was getting ready to say he had enough of a lead on Keyshawn that he was not going to be able to get to his bumper. And it
certainly not here. He might have got by the time he got over here.
It looked like he just, obviously, the emotions, the excitement.
Yeah, sure.
2 laps to go with a championship on the line. He overdrove it, and he slid up. And Keyshawn, fortunately for him, because I will say Keyshawn does that a lot. He gets too excited and slings it in there.
Yes.
But Keyshawn kept it together. He kept his cool.
Yep.
And that made it able he could get right up on his bumper, and the rest was history after that.
It definitely was. And, congratulations to Keyshawn and Lauren and JC and all those guys, on the championship. I tell you, man, one of the things, and I'm going to tell you, probably less than, if you can learn, if anything can be learned out of that, especially for Gary, having to sit there and watch Keyshawn do that burnout. It's like the football players that lose the championship and stay on the field.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Holy smokes.
Because
listen, there's a whole haters club over here at the fence, and one of them, accusing me of, you tuned the computer for. Listen, I ain't even going to say who it was. That's some of the most ignorant horse shit I've ever heard in my life, and I can't imagine being even mad enough to be that dumb, okay?
Look, Lauren and JC, they're good dudes, and they can say, I think Keyshawn thinks he has a ton of fans, which he does.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
but
he's everybody got a bigger cheer than Junior.
Everybody except for his immediate little group right here, everybody behind, it really was the most depressing feeling ever.
Yeah. Listen,
I didn't even care, and it made me sad. Everybody sitting there.
You could absolutely see how disappointed and disgusted the 2 groups behind him were. I mean, the video, shot of the burnout, and I mean, you see Gary, with his hands on his head, and I mean, it was intense, and that was an intense moment that I think, obviously Gary as a young driver can learn a lot from. Keyshawn's probably, just, giving the thumbs up and smiling about it. He don't care, but and even Wes, I think, Wes feels like he left a lot out there.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that happened. I mean, but that's part of racing, man. It's not all just on the driver. Your equipment's got to be good too, and
right. Well, he'd been
sometimes it takes a dookie on you at the most unopportune moment.
Well, for what it's worth, clearly, don't let if you own a Cavalier, okay, and you need something done to your clutch, do not let Wes do it, because that thing is messed up on him 4 races in a row. That is obviously not something that he's real good at mechanicking. He's a great mechanic. I've had him work on my vehicles. I ain't discarding him or degrading him in any way, shape, or form. But if you have a Cavalier and you need it worked on, don't come to West.
If you have a 2001 through 2005,
right.
2 Ecotec Cavalier.
If it's
clutch
manual,
job,
you need it. Nope, don't bring it
somewhere
here.
else.
Listen, don't bring it here. And obviously, from the night we tore the transmissions out, don't take it to Keyshawn either. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
that was just that was a rough one. But that was a whole.
Lord.
I wish I could have got a full scale video of everything.
Man. Yeah.
Because it's the ultimate excitement over here, and then it's just so much sadness. And you could tell Wes and Gary, they just want to do their interviews and get the hell out of there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But because Keyshawn was burning them down so hard, we couldn't do an interview. So we all just had to sit there and watch Keyshawn as he's hanging out the car with his tippy toe on the gas.
Oh, Lord. One guy told me earlier, he said, I was watching that. He said, I'm watching it, and he said, the car's going, and he said, I'm thinking, did that fool just change a gear? He said, and I look over, and he's out of the car. Hell no, he didn't change a gear. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, he's hanging out the car, still hammering that thing.
Oh, my Lord, man.
Yeah,
that was incredible burnout.
Oh, it was.
I mean, car probably ain't worth nothing anymore.
Oh, that thing's toast.
According to all the haters on Facebook, it's illegal, and he was cheating, and it's funny to watch people. It's funny to watch people show themselves.
Yeah,
I love it. Actually, I enjoy it because on everything I try to stay even. Don't care. I didn't care who won the championship as long as West didn't win that one. And even if he did, I would have been like, son of a bitch, Josh Brown was right. But I would have been okay. It would have been all right. It wouldn't have been a big deal. You know what I mean? Wouldn't have hurt my feelings one way or the other. But man, to watch the others, it's just hilarious. The meltdown from that is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm proud of you. Okay, I got to tell you. From our conversation earlier and our conversation on here, I'm proud of you. I mean, you are, like I said, you are in the top 5 of the Keyshawn Haters Club, and I mean, I'm
an admin on the Facebook
group. I actually believe that, but I'm proud of you because you have taken a common sense, seeing it for what it is approach.
I mean, it's hard to. Yeah, would I have preferred somebody else?
Sure. We already know.
But it's hard to hate on that.
Listen.
I mean, it was a great effort.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, everybody, including me, Keyshawn may not have known it, everybody here for the whole week was like, Keyshawn has no chance. It's gonna be either Gary or it's gonna be Wes.
I think most people just thought it was gonna be Wes. Period. I mean,
yeah, but everybody was like, they were talking about either Gary or Wes. Nobody was even mentioning Keyshawn in the equation because, like we said before, Keyshawn, even just a regular race, he has a tendency to, once he's out front, he gets way too excited.
Yeah, and
he messes it up for himself.
Well, I mean that and the quote unquote bounty, that we talked about last week that was potentially on him. Man, I don't guess anybody got any $500, did they?
Nope. Apparently, somebody took out their own bounty on West too. Hey, we ain't showed up in 2 months.
Oh,
let's show up for this one.
Hey, speaking of, I know what you're insinuating there, but speaking of. Man,
cool picture.
Chris Meeks went for a ride over here in turn number 4.
That's a cool picture.
That was a cool photo. Looks like he's doing a damn a wheel stand there in the corner. James Chrisley didn't come out too good for that.
No, he didn't.
And you have to actually, I don't know if you really paid attention in the photo, but you see Chris's tire into the tire of the 26 in that photo.
Yeah.
Good camera work there, man. I gotta thank all the media and photographers that was out here this weekend. Sharon Kirby came in this weekend, hadn't been with us. She was our photographer last year, but she's only come to a handful of races this year. Corey Latham was here, basically working in place of Dennis Hall Jumbo that been doing our photos. Eric Messer from Bowman Gray Stadium, he came, and Steve Curtis. He was here with us this weekend. Haven't got to see Steve's photos yet. He had a family emergency, he had some stuff going on, so he's been a little busy, and I'm not worried about it until he gets all that squared away. We'll see his photos and maybe
I'm telling you, there's so many media people and everying around here. Yeah. It felt like a NASCAR race.
Well, and don't forget, you got Boo, Carlisle Kick'n Asphalt. That's his, fame there. He was here, did some cool videos, had some good stuff. Yeah. And Dee's Lug Nuts podcast was here. Both of those guys were here enjoying the night, and I think that was a good night to have all those people here, man.
Oh, it was crazy. Every time a winner, victory lane for the picture, it was like strobe lights going off. There was like 3,000 people taking pictures. It was crazy.
It was exactly the way it should be, man. I mean, that's got some good photos. Got some good photos of all the guys who won races, guys and girl who won the races, and got some great photos of the champions and some good action shots. And man, I'm telling you, we got some good memories from the last night here.
Yeah, it was a banger. That's for sure.
It was no doubt about it.
I told you I made a joke, but you need to do like Kiss does. Because that might have been the best show of the year right there. Hey, you need to do a couple more going away races. Yeah, I was just kidding. This one, I'm for real. This is the last one.
Yeah, Chris Meeks told me I needed to do like Myrtle Beach going out of business sales.
Yeah, so, there you go.
I mean, they
keep
do.
It going.
They're always going out of business.
Keep it going all year round.
Listen, them same locations down there in Myrtle Beach that are going out of business today, they were going out of business when I was 11 years old at the beach. Okay.
There's a mattress store right down the road from Timmy's condo that's been going out of business I've been going down there for like 7 years. That same spot. They've been going out of 50% off. But yeah, maybe that's what you need to do. You need to do a couple more going away parties.
Yeah. Man, I don't think we're going to do all that, but been a fun ride, man. Been a fun ride here. Fun the last 5 years. You've been here for the last
3.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, 4 if you count spectating.
Yeah. Been some good times, and I definitely am going to miss a lot of the people and a lot of the things that happen around here. It's I tell you, I tell people all the time, man. If you ever think you've seen everything, just come here one night. You've not seen everything. Because I see something new. I've been coming here since...
It's like every night you see some crazy shit that you ain't seen before. You're what is going on?
For sure. I mean, and every race is good. It's amazing. Even the bad races are good ones compared to other places. It's wild. Who knows what who knows what the future holds here as a whole. I imagine this place will be open next year. I've heard some rumblings and some rumors, and I'll over the next couple of episodes of the podcast, I plan on telling people what I know and what I think we'll see, and but we'll just share some of the rumors and bullshit until they get their stuff together and put it out there.
We should put that behind the paywall.
Yeah.
Do it on Patreon. Y'all got to pay $5 for this information.
I think we could make a couple dollars.
Yeah, we might.
I mean, if I told everybody everything that I knew, I know we can make a couple dollars.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make some money.
I'll give you 10%. Okay.
That's horse.
That's 5% more than I was planning on giving you. I mean,
that's horse patootie.
Anyways, but like I said earlier in the show, podcast going nowhere. We're planning on keeping it going. Planning on getting all the champions on. Planning on bringing in some older racers, some people that hadn't been racing in a while, some people who race some other places, some different things. Should be a right fun one. Fun ride over the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Dale Jr. has rejected my invitation 4 times.
I venture to say that he doesn't even know you've invited him.
Yeah. Well, somebody rejected it 4 times. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I didn't invite him.
Yeah, well.
I can't handle rejection, and I know that's exactly what I get.
That's what you got Friday. Boo shows up with his family. You're planning on having a big night out.
Same thing. And then I didn't even hardly get put in the Kick'n Asphalt vlog. I was a little upset about that. I was like, I'm the announcer. God. I'm going to be in a couple shots here. Listen, it was like me in the background of the dice roll, and that was it.
Hold on. How do you think I feel? Whitey got more time than I did, okay?
Yeah. At least you got a nice little interview there at the...
I did. And, I really appreciate, the interview with him and Corey Latham. We were up here taking a look at the photos and downloading them and stuff, and really appreciate his interview. And, Race 22 has been my baby more so than Franklin County has for the last, I've had Race 22 since I was 22 years old. So 20 years, Race 22. I think that was my first ever interview on there that I've been interviewed on there. So,
I mean, that is a little weird.
Listen, now, sometimes it's weird for me to even be interviewed, okay?
Yeah.
I go, oh, gosh, how do I stand? How do I hold my mouth? What do I say?
I'm not sure where to put my hands.
Yeah, no, 100%, man.
Just hold them by your side, sir.
Yeah. I try to, just relax and just talk. Corey and I have been friends for a long time, and, so that's... it's easy to talk to him. You know what I mean? And he's a good interviewer, and he's done a great job over the years with Race 22. And who knows what's going to go on with Race 22 as well. Me and Corey have been talking about bringing the podcast back and, doing some stuff, and who knows? So might get that podcast going too. Cover more of the broader range of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee, man, I'm headed off. I don't know what I'm gonna do this weekend. Weather kind of crazy, Martinsville and all. I know you're headed to Hex Haunted Attraction this weekend to sell some dusty dogs. And
they are not dusty dogs at Hex Haunted Attraction. They are clean. No dust involved in those glizzies.
Oh man, yeah, okay. Well, how much is a hot dog down there?
$3, 2 for $5.
2 for $5. That's not bad. It's not a bad price at all. I mean, I think that's cheaper than here.
Probably.
I think we're either $3 or $4 a piece. I don't know what we charge. I really don't know what the price. I don't know what anything here sells for.
I don't know, but I kept getting hot dogs and saying, "Oh, take it up with Langley."
Oh my god!
I done told a bunch of them.
It's a good thing I didn't pay you several nights. I mean, I got my money back.
Yeah, so, probably.
I mean, that's all good. But anyway, so this weekend, who knows what's going to happen with Martinsville? Hex Haunted Attraction is going to be open, well, provided it doesn't rain too much out there either. They'll be open all the month of October. Go out and see Noah and all the gang out there. A lot of the people that you see around here during the course of the year that spend their time upstairs here in the Hex Haunted Attractions Tower, they'll be there working. Great haunt. I've been there before. It's been a long time since I've been there, but been there before. I ain't going there now. Timmy will probably kill me when I come through, So
probably.
I mean,
everybody knows you now.
Exactly. I could go incognito before, and that's actually where I met Timmy for the first time. So was there at the haunt. God, probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Long time.
It has. But got a lot of racing coming up. I mentioned a minute ago, speaking of Tennessee, and then I went ADHD and went off from that. Headed out to Newport Speedway next weekend. Maybe, I can't talk you into going because you'll be at Hex, but, maybe I'll talk you into going to one of these races in November. I'm going to Newport for their grand reopening next Saturday, and then going to Kingsport, Tennessee, October 19th for their big King of the Concrete Jungle Cobra tire race, 5,000 to win late model stock race. I imagine you're going to see a couple guys from here. I've heard that Darren Cochran and Kyle Dudley both may be headed there to race in that race. Good paying race up there. So got a couple of events coming up. I'm doing some event T-shirts at some of these places, and got some merch online. Still got some Pit Chatter podcast merch. Had a couple of orders this weekend for some different Pit Chatter podcast shirts. Especially the This Ain't Any Car one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Listen, people love that one.
Did you write down whatever idea we came up with? I said something the other day on Friday, and you were like, "That's a perfect T-shirt," and I don't even remember what it was.
Oh no! Let me tell you what a perfect T-shirt and one we are going to do. I'm behind at the moment. These Jimmy Mullins T-shirts for Martinsville's got me all out of whack, and then the UPS has done screwed me twice on getting these out as fast as I need to get them out. But one perfect T-shirt is Franklin County Famous. You say that all the time. Oh, that's what it was. Franklin County Famous. Was that what we were talking about then?
Yeah, that is what it was.
So
when we were talking to Pawpaw over here, Daryl Chrisley.
Right. Listen. That is the perfect shirt, and everybody here should buy one, okay? Because because most of the people here are Franklin County famous.
I say that all the time whenever something's going on.
Yeah.
Like, Jordan, I'll be flying down 220. Jordan's like, we're going to get pulled out. I'm like, honey, don't worry about it. I'm Franklin County famous, all right? He going to see my face and be like, oh, it's you.
Oh, I know you know.
Yeah. Thanks. Have a good one, man.
But I think Franklin County Famous is going to be a good one. I think I'll put that thing out tomorrow. That was one we need to get out there. We'll have to get you one of them for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we got you a Bing Bong shirt, but you don't wear it. So
I wore it once.
I ain't seen you in it at all.
I've only been here twice since you gave it to me.
Well, and you ain't been in it either time. So I mean, what does that say? I mean, dang.
Jeez.
You know the thing I'm disappointed about though. Ain't nobody wants the 100% shirt. Okay.
Don't nobody want that.
I'm gonna have to wear I don't even wear T-shirts, and I'm gonna have to wear the damn thing myself. Okay.
I will. Has anybody bought the Bing Bongs?
Nah. I ain't had. I don't think I had any orders for it. I think just the This Ain't Any Car is the main one that we've had some orders for. I got several people wanting them that haven't ordered them online.
Franklin County Famous will sell. I know that one will.
And just wait to the banquet. I told you about it, but I wasn't able to do it this week.
Oh, you're going to unveil it at the...
I'm going to give it to him at the banquet.
You going to bring him up on stage in front of everybody.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's going to be a good time. Speaking of the banquet, a lot of people asking, yes, we're having a banquet. More than likely going to be in December. I'm thinking about the second weekend of December we'll have the banquet. Probably same location we've been having it down in Rocky Mount. I know that you don't want to go to the same location here.
I'll shake a man at Jumbo.
Well,
walking in with his phone ringing.
Yeah, well, it's normal. Listen, these people, they ain't got a clue what we're doing here. But anyways, I guess we're done for this week. Man, what a night to finish it off, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, the only bad thing about it is the night was so damn good, I just wish we had 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
For sure.
Couldn't have hurt the wallet.
Mine, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause Saturday night was good. Good crowd. Good amount of people in the pits. Good. It was a good night. Appreciate everybody that was a part of it and everybody that came out. And you mentioned Paul, Daryl Chrisley, man. Really appreciate him.
It was awesome to see him come back.
He came just because it was my last race. That was the only reason he was here.
Everybody cheered. I don't know if you heard it where you was at when he was driving, when he was pulling the car down the back stretch. Everybody was cheering for when he pulled in.
Yeah. He's a good dude, man. Good people. Good people for sure. All right, well, let's get out of here. We'll be back next Wednesday. We record these on Tuesdays, but we'll be back next Wednesday with another episode for everybody to listen to. Until then, peace out.
Get your dusty dogs.